I am here with my man, Don the King. What's going on, Don?
What's going on? How you doing, boss?
Man, you know, same old mess, same old mess. So this is the first time you ever been on a podcast, right?
First time I'm ever on a podcast.
Yeah.
That's what's nice about it. It's all documented first time. Nice. I like this.
Well, I appreciate you. I know it's a long-ass drive to get out here.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
Yeah.
I didn't think I was even in
Man.
North Carolina. I mean, what county am I in? It's crazy. It's going
You in Joco, man. You in Joco.
Joco,
Watch out where you go out here. It's all right, man. I'm trying to actually get out of here. I think in March, I'm going to put my place up. I'm going to try to move back into the Triangle a little closer.
Closer.
Maybe hit up Cary.
Yeah, I always judge places. There ain't no street lights out here, so you got to be careful.
Oh no, we got two.
Two? Okay.
No, there's one out here. Yeah, I don't think you need to. You won't see it. Unless you make a right. You make a left, you go back towards Raleigh. Yeah.
It's a nice little drive, though. I bet you it look way better. Like in the daytime, nice scenic. A little scary at night.
Man, I do this shit every day, man. I drive to Cary every morning, and you're talking about dealing with that I-40 West traffic.
Oh man, I'm talking about that.
So every day it takes me 45 minutes, man, to get in.
Don't talk about that traffic, something crazy. But yeah, I like it's coming out here. It's nice. I'm coming down here from been up, PA for so long. Getting down here in the South, I tell you, the weather's a little different. You get all 4 seasons in a day, but other than that, I'm hanging in there. I tell you that. Yeah.
What part of Pennsylvania are you from?
Well, it's called Reading. It's on the Monopoly board.
Oh, Reading.
Yeah,
Reading Railroad.
Reading Railroad. Yeah.
All right.
In that town, Reading no more. I tell you, it was an outlet town, and then kind of transferred over into textile. Then they got a couple of companies that do a whole bunch of metal making out there. Old blue collar work town.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What brought you to North Carolina?
The same thing that bring everybody else when they leave: money and girls.
Money and girls.
Yeah.
Well, where are these girls at? Because I can't find them.
Well, they hide.
They hiding? Is that what you said? They hiding?
They hide. Yeah, it's crazy because what brought me down here is not the reason why. Like she's not even around no more. But yeah, I guess I came down and then I got into the whole 3D printing business, and nobody even really knows about that. So that's kind of weird that they're really doing it.
3D printing, man, has become like a thing of the future. I mean, that guy that Mario, that Luigi guy that killed that United Healthcare CEO, he used a 3D printed gun.
Yeah, that's crazy. I think like when you hear that, and I tell people, I've been in it a little over 14, 15 years. I hate when they use those words because in traditional, like gun, it's like metal, bullet, type thing. They make switches that you can put into guns that make it like automatic. Like I think a lot of people like get the conception of like, we're going to 3D print. You can 3D print a mechanism that shoots. That's why I walk away from like the gun thing. Then you can print a switch that you can put on the gun that makes it automatic and semi-automatic. That's
you can't print the whole actual gun.
But the switch, you can.
Yeah.
But like I said, so when I came out of the schooling that I was in, we printed a device that could shoot a projectile at 20 feet a second. It would pierce the skin. And it was plastic. So that's what I mean. Like it's all different ways that you can print stuff that actually shoot stuff, not necessarily like, hey, we're gonna, because if you think about it, a gun is, gunpowder, bullets, and all that. But what that guy was using was something like totally different. He printed something that modified something.
So
it was a ghost gun. That's what they found on. That's what they you can't trace it. Like
a ghost gun.
Ghost gun.
So just so I'm following here, because I haven't read up on it. I watched whatsoever on the news. What you think that maybe he had because the whole gun wasn't made out of that material.
That's what I'm saying, right? So if you look at the video, right? If you look at, you can see the silencer on it. It's a gun, but there's no way you can trace who make it, and that's the whole point of it. We want to see who made it, who bought it, who sold it. Then we can get some video surveillance and all that. But if you can just go in your house, modify something, and basically in a normal term, take away the serial number, and I can print what I want.
So like if you need. Because I was thinking to myself, I don't know what 3D printing material is. I don't know what is it, a plastic?
Well, see, now that's the difference. I be telling people this all the time. You have polymers, and then you have laser bed fusion. Now I'm more of the laser bed fusion. but it all is generated from a software that's usually in SolidWorks or CAD. And then that's where you can get some of these programs that's on Thingiverse or all these little websites where you can download the files, and then you can take your print around home. Like you get guys that are printing little gurus or whatever from Guardians of the Galaxy or spiders. You can 3D print. You can scan stuff and do it on a polymer level. And then that's what it'll be, a nice whatnot. And, you can get real funky with it. And that's where people are actually doing it in their house. That, polymers, you can buy a roll of this stuff, load it up. You can print colors. You can get real funky with it. But you can only get as funky as your mind and your software. You know what I mean? Like, you got to have some nerds out there, and they're doing it. It's just like everything else. It's going to be a matter of time to where that's what all people are going to be doing, But, it's just, right now it's files that are downloaded. Most people in these softwares, they're taking stuff that they're scanning and then they're slicing it. And then just putting in open software on the internet. So you can go on Thingiverse and just scan anything. And then you can label it what you want to label it. Like, it's just so complex that it makes it so hard to trace. So let's just say if I want to do a switch of a gun, right, and I want to modify it, and I want to throw it on the Thingiverse, I don't have to label it switch. I can then tag everybody what I label it, and then they'll just go download it. So how the hell would they? How would you even know what to search for? It's called a Mickey Mouse. I mean, you understand what I mean? That's the file that you're going to use to download it to do whatever. How would you know? So they're trying to like ban certain files and they're trying to do a lot. They're trying to like put a nozzle on something that's already.
It's already out there like a million times full.
Yeah, but that's polymers, and that's its own thing. I can't really get into it because I know buddies who do it, and I don't know that much. Now, what I actually do, that's laser bed fusion. That's printing metal. That's what I think is like what's really going to change like everything that we're doing.
What do you mean printing metal?
We're printing metal bones. We're printing stuff. I've got stuff on my TikTok. I think I might have went live 3 times in the lab, but I have to be careful because I can't show people's body parts. Hippo. But we're printing ankles, we're printing shoulders,
So you're taking files with diagrams of real people's ankles, or
I could like try to walk you through this process. I got 3 or 4 presentations on this. I should link it up, but more or less, let's just say you, Johnny, or whoever, get in a horrible accident.
Okay.
All right, your shoulders ripped to hell or whatever. Fortunate, let's just say there's a good side of you, right? So we can, it's called a ferro arm or a mechanism, something that's going to scan the good side of you. Once it's scanned, once we have it scanned, which is digital scanning, we can take an arm and literally just run it back and forth, X, Y, and Z, get data points on your body, and then we're going to digitally put that into the computer. Once we have that, then it's pretty much, as you can imagine, we can do anything. Now we're going to reverse engineer it. We're going to replicate it to the left side, and then it's going to generate your left shoulder at the age of you. So if you're 44, we're going to give you a shoulder that's you. We're not going to give you a 22-year-old shoulder. Even though, so to speak, it's still going to have your bones, but let's just say, bones, grow a little bit. They get a little, dense. We're going to print one just for you. And then that's what we do. And then they'll send the file, because once you have it, we're going to slice it. Let's just say an ankle might be 8,000 slices.
Okay.
They're going to send that file over in a 3D expert, and then that's when the computer then is going to throw it on the machine, and we're going to print it by layers. And the laser that's at the top of this machine, it beams down, and it prints, scans, and burns every layer of that bone, micron by micron, and the plate drops ever so slightly, and it's spreading powder micron and etching it. So at the end of it, you're going to have a box full of metal powder, but it's going to push up the plate, and the part will be fused to the plate. And then you just hot hacksaw it off, EDM. You throw it in the furnace to cook it, homogenize it, get all the impurities to all be in sync to make it hard. And then we're going to shine it. And then the rest is just sterilization and getting it passed through the FDA, which we're doing. And then we're going to pop it in your body.
So you guys actually supply orthopedics?
Yeah. We print for Duke
Making
Med,
joints
Wake Med, yeah. And it's, for those who are listening or whatever, they know how the system goes in the medical. We have to sell to this, surgeons who then surgery centers, And then, you know, the market, it's like a whole circle of people who get a piece of the pie. We're just people who print the bones. The people who sell it, the surgeons who buy it, and then you have to pay the surgeons in it where it's at. But yeah, that's how, because a lot of people ask me, how do you get a part of that, you know?
Yeah.
And I say for the most part, it's like basically like right now, like anything, 1% of America's doing it, like the real pricey people. You know, some of our surgeons, surgeries are like 100,000, 80,000, 90,000. Just depends on what we're doing, but it's custom. And you got a lot of people that are starting to look into like nonprofit or find a way to get it to this technology to people who, let's say, can't afford it right away. Most of the surgeons, they do like a lawyer, have like a couple of pro bono cases. And the company that I'm working for, they actually specialize in people who have multiple surgeries, that their bones are fused.
Okay.
You know, their hands are fused, their ankles are fused. They haven't walked in decades, and then we're going to rebuild their ankle. So it's a special case type thing. And then we find insurances tend to pay for that, you know, versus, you know, hey, I just feel like I need a new shoulder.
I had no idea you did this. I didn't
know
this was your niche. So
yeah, a lot of people.
I'm really interested in it because I've had both of my hips replaced.
Right, and I actually, you know, next time I come in or whatever, I actually bring a hip. I printed a couple of them, and that's kind of hard to get. I'm just not, you know.
I was wondering because, like, how did they get the exact measurements for my hips?
I didn't mean to cut you off. What you're speaking of, that's happening. Like if you do a hip replacement, it's carpentry, right? They're hacksawing and they got pins and needles. Well, we're going to get rid of all that. And that same material that they're using, that titanium for your screws and pins and all that in your spine, because we're printing spines too, we use that material to reprint your bone because we already know that the material is accepted in your body because we use it for pins and needles. Okay, so we take that and make the whole bone. And then what's nice when we make the bone, it's something that's like a gyroid shape. I'll bring it in and show you. When that attaches to your good bone, it actually fuses and it works through. Your bone won't even know that there's a titanium part in there, and that's the special part of the technology because it's promoting bone growth. Yeah, from metal to bone, and then it's going to be like unison. Your body won't even know. So, and then the third trifecta, if that's what you want to call it, about the technology, your hip replacement, I imagine 6 to 12 weeks recovery.
Yeah.
All right, we're talking.
First couple of weeks was brutal as fuck.
All right, so when you do a 3D printed, your total time from surgery to walking is 3 weeks. You'll be up, you're done. 4 weeks is the most.
Like a no pain at all.
No, because soon as there is no pins, there is no screws. You know what I mean? As soon as you get out of surgery, they heal you up. They want you walking or whatever it is to mobile that part, have your shoulder, because there ain't nothing out the skin. Like once they're done, it's gonna look like Terminator. I tell people all the time, you know, the older people out there, if you ever seen the movie Terminator, that's what we're doing. You know, more or less, yeah. Or Repo Man. I don't know if you've seen Repo Man.
That was Damon Wayans, right?
Yeah.
That was a long time ago, man.
But it's happening. And that's usually what it is. I tell people I might want to talk about something else that's funny, but once they actually find out what I do for a living, they're like, wow, you print bones. Yeah, I got stock in the company. I don't never see it going away. It's like I'm 2 feet, not a weird pun, but I'm 2 feet in on it.
Man, that's crazy. You would think stock for like artificial joints and stuff would be going through the roof because a lot of people need that, especially the older you get. Well, I'm only 49 and my body just went through a lot in the military, I guess, and then just being an athlete till I was like late 30s. I played sports all the time, man, and I didn't take care of my joints the way I should have. So, what got me to realize I needed joint replacement, I went to the VA for my lower back, and they gave me an MRI. And they were like, yeah, Mr. Bird, you do have some issues with your lower back. No herniated discs or anything. But as we were reading this, we looked at your hips. And he was like, do you have any pain in your hips? I was like, yeah, I can barely bend down. I can't squat at all. He goes, you have arthritis in your hips of a late 60 to 70-year-old man. And I looked at it, and it was all like discolored and caked up. And so, I had both of my hips replaced in 2022, 6 months apart.
Oh.
And I watched videos of those operations.
Oh no! Why'd you do that?
Man,
Why'd you do
good God, to know they did that to me.
Oh, they had you
You're talking about
jerking,
sawing.
I mean, it's like a movie.
They
it
had
really is.
your leg like
bent backwards.
Bent
You're
backwards.
contorted. When you wake up, you're sore.
oh yeah,
That's half of the surgery.
They had me walk in recovery, but you're still like high on fucking pain meds,
Everything
so
in
you
the
don't
world.
feel anything.
Everything in the
But
world.
man, you feel it all like 6 hours later.
Oh man, it's brutal.
fucking
I'm gonna say
suck.
it's crazy that people see that, and I tell people don't look at the surgery. But that's carpentry. What we're doing, man, I'm gonna get together, please, next time I come in here. It's so clean. We're printing the tools for your surgery. Like it's so custom to the client that it's unreal. It's like it's hard. I know so much about it, but it's just like ching ching and all the way. Like we'll sell a kit. Give you an example. We're gonna sell you a total ankle replacement kit. That's your tailor a kit.
How much is a kit gonna cost?
It depends on how fucked up your ankle is. But I just say roughly to us 40-50 grand, and that's
Okay.
before surgery and everything. But that's only on our end.
Gotcha.
It's just like I said, it's so much that involves this that I am just ecstatic when they go public, because I almost know exactly what I'm gonna do with my capital gain. I'm gonna start selling metal powder. It's kind of like having gasoline. I'm gonna sell gasoline for all the new cars that's out there, because no matter what, you're gonna need metal powder. And there's only a handful of companies that actually make it, and they're middleman. You can put myself right in the middle of that. I got a real good partnership with the company. That's what I worked for before I started working for this company.
They got stocks.
Yeah, CRS Carpenter.
CRS.
Yeah,
Might
matter
need
of fact,
to maybe check into that. And see how much the stocks are, man.
They sell powder, but it's so much into like, it's just like I could talk about this all day. It's so much that people don't know. They're printing skin. Veterans, retired veterans.
Yeah.
You got to ask about it and probably get in contact with some people. That's all what it come down to, really, who you know. But they've been printing skin for 15 years. So,
Wow. What the hell is skin made out of?
it's a combination, but it's some pig in there.
So, yeah.
Like, how do you say it? We know how to do it, but whatever company has perfected it, that's their sauce. We sell it, so we're not going to tell you how anybody can make some skin, but is it like, is it going to be like durable? They're printing so much stuff, man. Like, it is. I don't even know where to begin. Like they print stuff that people are blown away with the houses. Don't even pay attention to the houses. You guys need to start worrying about how they're printing complete whole body parts. If I'm telling you I'm printing the bones, and then we got a company out there in the Midwest, they're all just doing skin. You see people who get total burn victims. They're not doing skin grafts no more.
Yeah.
We're just going to print you the skin. 8 years ago, it's spot size in the laser. I'm trying to really tone it down. You need skin, and then you need what's going to make the skin alive. Blood vessels. They're around 0.003, I think it is, and our spot size after 8 years ago was 0.002. So the smaller we get the spot size, then all we're going to do is print the vessel, then print the ear. And then the ear will be alive. Right now, they're printing where they were 8 years, 10 years ago. They was printing the whole ear, but it was just adheres to your face. This side of your face will get old, but this will stay the same. Plastically looking, because there is no blood vessels in it. But we was already doing it. So you're giving it 20 years, we're printing blood vessels. So I'm telling people, if they're printing skin and printing blood vessels, and I'm printing the bones,
So you've seen that show, The Penguin?
The Penguin, no.
The Penguin.
Oh, now, one thing you do know, if we're going to do a podcast, that's what I think it'll be. I have been living under a rock for about the better half of 15 years.
Okay.
Me and Patrick Starr. Okay, so I probably miss all the trends, all
You
the
don't
ways.
know any
Nothing.
TV shows,
Nothing.
anything.
This
Well,
Penguin thing, just run it to me. I've never heard it before.
I will show you. Let me pull this up. But what they did to Colin Farrell, he's a younger man. He's probably in his 40s, late 40s. They transformed his face completely. Let's pull this up.
This is a show they did.
Yeah, it's a TV show.
See, you don't really get a lot of signal under the rock, especially when you sit under there with Patrick Starr.
Let's see.
So what did they transform him into? Like a?
I'll show you. Let's get this over.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow.
So, let's go back. See, this is what sucks about doing a podcast. You got to be your producer. When you don't have a producer to do all this for you, you got to do it
throw it
also.
up on the screen there. Yeah,
yeah. So right here, that's Colin Farrell. All right, look how young he is. You know. And they did makeup and made him look like this.
Oh, wow.
It's not a better picture. Let's
images. Oh, wow. Look at that.
Like, look at this, man.
What?
It looks like a real person, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And when you watch the show, like, I was constantly looking at his face, just seeing if I could see any discrepancies in the makeup. And nah, man, it looks like a real person. You couldn't see it. So I guess what I'm getting at is, how come if we can print skin, you know, like replace ears and you can do one side, can you replace the whole face? Like if you're, let's say you're in your 40s, can you replicate your face and put that on? Let's just say you are a burn victim or something and make a perfect face. And you have that perfect 40-year-old face the whole time you age up into your 80s. It's kind of like the Fountain of Youth, right?
Right. That's just saying, like, just go ahead and print you a whole, like, mask, so to speak, right?
Just print you a mask that you could wear, and you would always look young.
Well, yeah, okay. I can see that.
You feel like shit, though. But, I mean, you look good.
Well, the skin that they're printing, right? It's real thin, like in a pig thing. So like this right here, I imagine it's like a mask mold type thing. Hours of makeup and hours of applying.
3 hours is to get that
and
on.
It's meant to take off.
Yeah.
The skin that we're printing, the way that they lay it on you, it's there. Like, you know what I mean? So when they actually, like, so the ear is attached. It's pretty gross when I was actually seeing it. But they actually lay a ear on you, and it's there. Like, I don't even, you know, it's pretty funky. But
is this kind of it right here?
Yeah. Look at that. You see,
all have in common.
I like how they like
all of these sci-fi films
really
feature
try to
3D
like show you
bioprinting in one form or another. Soon, this technology could allow your doctor to print you a new
so you'll be able to print a heart.
The rising demand in bioprinting has fueled fresh innovation in the field.
But
researchers are working to create a future
like I tell
where
people, right,
damaged
and we're going to break it
could
down.
be replaced using
You want to grow an organ.
Bioprinting is
That's why they
becoming
use the
more
pig
and
to
more
grow the
feasible.
heart and the kidney,
world
right? You want to kind of grow that. You want to make sure it works.
What do you mean?
So they just did it the other day. They did it like a week ago. They replaced the kidney that they grew in a pig and they gave it to somebody. Like, you want the organ to work. You did not to say that printing the technology is more like a cover it up. You know, like the bone we can go in. There's like a stationary thing. If it's an organ or a lung, if you can, you kind of want to grow that.
How do you grow it in a pig?
Oh, well, they just put it into the pig and like hook up the organs and it will grow.
So they take the kidney out of the pig and put that kidney in it,
and
it just grows.
Grows. Pretty funky. You can Google
yeah,
it. It's some of the stuff that they're doing that I don't even really understand at all, but literally, it was in the news this morning or yesterday. The little girl, the mom gave up her kidney to the daughter gave up her kidney to the mom when she was young. Now she's older. She's 38. Her kidney failed, and they said the first one grown in a lab, which is through the pig. They transplant, and it's working fine.
Well, so why are we waiting for heart transplants? Why do you have to keep waiting for a certain person's to die to get their heart when you can just 3D print one, can't you?
Or grow one. I think that's more or less. I mean, our medical's whole thing is pretty whacked out of itself. I mean, somebody got to make some money off that, right? You would think when I got into 3D printing, I don't know why we ain't screaming at the top of a mountain that we're printing bones. I'm seeing bones shatter like football. Like, why don't we just call this guy in and print him a new one? Why is everything special case? The questions that I can't ask is the questions that I don't know if we've grown a heart, but I know kidneys.
You would think you could grow a heart or either make a heart that would be functional.
How about this? I want to try to go down a conspiracy hole. Let's say we have. Do you want to tell everybody you can? You know, the kidney thing. That's a lot. I think they kind of release things in waves. That's the way I look at it. You just can't say, hey, this is what we're doing. Because when they do want to tell people, they want to have full control over it.
Full control.
Full
of course,
control.
Man.
That's the way it is. So
I'm what's the rest of this?
Yeah.
I'm kind of curious here.
That's weird. But if you can see see what that is. That right there, that's something we can do.
One of the most practical and
but what
useful.
I actually do, if you
What is
video, you can type
bioprinting?
laser bed
Bioprinting
fusion.
is
and
not
that's
as
the metal
difficult
stuff.
as you might think. It is actually
look at
very
that.
similar
See?
to the
Told you.
additive
Told you.
manufacturing
Told you.
processes that you may be familiar
And
with.
with another thing
As
that
with
they
other
also been
types of
doing, they
additive
use a whole bunch of
manufacturing,
insects to clean up
bioprinting uses a
infections and
digital
stuff like
file
that.
as
So
a
it isn't so
blueprint to
far-fetched,
print
but
an object.
Look at that.
But unlike 3D
See?
printing,
That's me.
bioprinters print
That's what I do.
cells and
That's what I do.
biomaterials,
Wear the coat and
creating
everything?
organ-like
Yeah, I got a coat.
structures
Yeah, but in the
that
metals,
living
you don't want to
cells within them
contaminate,
multiply to
cross-contaminate.
form a new organ.
You see, that's
Just
what I
like
mean.
your FDM or SLA printer
Now,
on
see,
your
that's what I mean when they
desktop.
say you can
These
have that at
organs are
home.
printed
But do you
layer
see
by layer.
everything that you
However,
have
rather
to set
than
up with?
using
You
a
got your
CAD
SolidWorks, you got your
researchers
software,
create a
you got to have your
digital model
polymers.
using computer
So there is
tomography and
some type
MRI
of level of
scans.
intelligence. Like
So
a
far,
lot of people say, oh
researchers
man, you got
have
everybody
3D
printing. Now
printed
you got to
an
have at least
antibacterial
some type of
tooth,
computer
an ovary,
literacy to do
a
it.
bionic ear, elastic
You see that bionic ear?
lungs, and even a heart.
Oh, so they are.
Are we printing skin already?
Now there it is.
Yes.
Yes. Told
Skin
you.
is the largest organ on our body, and as such, it is
There it is.
essential to our overall health.
Is this
It
skin
our
functional,
first
though?
line of
Like, can it
defense
grow hair?
against many types of infection and disease. But
Well,
it is also
and what else I'm
susceptible
also
to
finding
damage
out,
from
right?
Injuries
It's
like
like with
burns
companies and
and
everything,
cuts.
right?
When
Every
not
company
treated
can say we're doing it better. Like
these
the company
injuries
I'm
can become
working for,
infected.
their
Very severe
niche
skin
is the
injuries require skin
technology
grafts,
for the bone
but a
fusion.
close match
There's
is
other
needed
companies do it,
between
but
donor
they're
and
pretty
host
crappy.
to accomplish that.
Like, man, but
For
here's
this
the crazy
reason,
part. You
many
wouldn't know it because
skin
the bones in your
grafts
body.
use skin removed from the
Yeah,
injured
it's-
person's
technology
body.
is
yeah,
insane.
yeah,
This
it is.
involves taking skin from an unaffected area of the body and applying it to the injured area. However, this is not a simple copy and paste procedure. These skin grafts can still be rejected by the body and can become infected.
Those are skin grafts, though.
bioprinting is making things much easier and could be a game-changing alternative. But how does it work? Currently, most processes for 3D
This
printing skin
is how
work
we're going to
similarly.
make androids.
Some bioprinters can even lay
AI
down
is already a
strips of
big
skin
thing.
on the affected area.
Elon Musk is already
However,
talking
this
about
process
everybody is going to
still a bit
own one of these
slow to be
androids the
practical.
next 20 years.
Nevertheless, some doctors and
Well,
scientists
if you
gonna
think
have-
about it,
already
right?
testing
They already have the
bioprinters
movies.
that can create
Yeah, like the
skin
Terminator shit's gonna be
transplants.
real.
Well,
Researchers at Rensselaer
again, we
Polytechnic
gotta
Institute
ease you
in
into
New
it
York have developed
before
a
we
way
lay it
to
on you,
3D
right?
print living skin that comes complete
With
with
blood vessels. What did I
Today,
not just tell
this
you?
is one of
You
the most
need the blood
advanced
vessels.
methods of 3D
I literally
printed
just talked
skin
about
that
it.
the world
This
has
shit's
seen.
insane.
Yeah.
Other prominent research institutions like the Wake Forest Institute
Wake
for
Forest.
Regenerative Medicine and the University of Toronto have developed functional skin bioprinters.
So that's
Wake,
in Wake
Forest
Forest.
has
Yeah.
been leading the charge in
We
bioprinting,
print for Wake Med,
successfully
the
creating
the
organs
orthopedics.
like a bladder
This
and
is a game changer for
cardiovascular
people
tissue.
that have like
One of their
third-degree
recent
burns
printers
to
has
their face or
demonstrated
their
the
body.
ability to
arms.
print
It's
3
a
types of
game
skin
changer
cells.
in
At the
itself.
same
Think
time,
about it,
the
like,
University of Toronto
I was
has developed a
literally,
portable
not to go like
bioprinting device.
kind of off crazy subject. The guy at the bar the other day, 2 days ago, was asking, so why the hell did the universities start paying the athletes?
Why did the what? Say that again.
The universities start paying. This guy's old school guy. Hated it. He hated this ridiculous. This is retarded. And he was just really bad mouthing. And he's an older guy, like, you know, and I looked at I took 5 minutes and I explained to him exactly what my opinion, what's going on here, because people forget timelines. Dude. Every day you get new stuff in front of it, but you forget to go back. I like where I was born in the world because of where I was born and what I seen come in 43 years living. I seen the birth of the internet. I seen the death of encyclopedia. I seen the death of the answer machine. I mean, these are things that I've seen. I was around when UHF and VHF TVs was out.
Oh yeah, yeah. You had the two knobs on the TV.
Yeah,
The one at the bottom you could get Fox. You had to wiggle the knob.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I'm fortunate enough, I'm going to be around to see the death of cable TV. But
It's dead already. Isn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah,
So
pretty much.
I broke it down, and tell me if you agree with me or not. This is what I said. I said if you're old enough, 40 or whatever, all right, and depending on your class, social status, whatever, but from the time you was born to you was 12 or 13, you had one way of getting money and typically one way of getting information, your parents.
Yep.
Your parents governed everything that you see and saw. Your parents, their friends, where you went and where you worked. And even then, back then, money was monetary a little different. But I'm growing up, $20 was a lot.
Yeah.
In the 90s, even though I knew it was going to candy, whatever, $60 was a lot. Hell, if you'd have gave me $200 when I was 12 or 13,
that's like $50,000.
Yeah, but first, my parents wouldn't let me have that much money. Mm-hmm. You know, so that right there is the basis of what I feel like a lot of the people that's growing up, right? Mm-hmm. When you got older, you got a job, you got more money, and more money you have, the more things you can experience and the more decisions you can make. Well, when they passed the law, and a lot of people don't know this, but you can divorce your parents at 16. Mm-hmm. I remember when they did that.
Yeah, I've heard of that before.
Right. Yeah. So now I try to keep everybody, when I was telling them to do, I said, no, stay with me. You got something, you can divorce your parents at 16. Mm-hmm. Now, a lot of people, whatever, what the hell, but they're doing it. It's real. Now, that happened along the same time of what? We got the birth of the internet. Okay? Now, this is something that still to this day is not governed. And that right there is the first thing that got you away from your parents, because you could, by law, look into something that your parents, if you had no control over it. And it was unfed. So now, I can divorce my parents, okay? Birth of the internet, and then now we have different ways of media. When the computer came, it pushed the cell phone. Once that came, it pushed the independency. So now I grew up, I could never imagine putting the phone in my child's hand, but now kids can't see, they're not doing it. Yeah. So when you have all that, once the internet hit, encyclopedia is dead, people are getting in contact with other people that they do. Now TV is not being watched on TV. Now it's being watched right on the internet. We're not focused on that. Yeah. So the commercials and all that is now being kind of, stay with me now. Now we don't have to pay an actor. So now we got MySpace. We get people that's showing their ideas and showing what they do. And now if a media person say that, hey, you yourself can get 8 people to watch you, that's 8 less people watching the TV.
You said MySpace?
MySpace was like one of the first.
You mean back then?
Back then, I'm just saying the birth of the internet, you know, the .com, you know, that whole thing flew up, because you got to understand, when all this was happening, there was so much happening, nobody really wasn't paying attention to the children, but we're just picking it up. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. We went from, porn being 1-900 numbers and getting crazy cell phone bills and credit cards to it's on a device called a computer.
And it was just in magazines.
Yeah, that's what that. So I was telling people, I made a comedy riff about it. I said, when we get off track, I said porn back in the 90s versus porn now. If I had porn in my pocket, I wouldn't have made it to the 7th grade. And my porn was handed in my.
If I had a phone in my pocket,
I know I wouldn't have made it to the 7th. My porn was handed down from my uncle Bush, 1960, bad porn. Yeah. But anyway, so you got the computer, you got MySpace, you got LimeWire. What I'm saying is that you got multiple things that are thrown. And this, right? Yeah. This is all 15, 16 growing up. Nobody still has no data on what is it actually doing to affect the generation. Now, we have a way for a child to get paid. So this is where it starts over. 14 years old, I told you, what would we do with $200? The games that they was telling us don't play, rotting your brain, stay off the TV, too much to fuck up your eyes. Hell, my son made $4,000 playing video games last month.
Wow, what games is he playing?
Fortnite. Really? He has his own channel. He got some followings. And then you get sponsored ads. So what I'm saying is that
run around.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is that is what I'm saying. That is what we're dealing with. So now you have a different generation. 16, I can divorce my parents. Now we got MySpace. Nobody's telling me don't do this, don't watch that. I can watch what I want. Now what they told me I couldn't do, I could actually get paid. And if all of my friends are actually watching it, believe it or not, Dad, I make more money than you.
It's crazy.
So
man.
now all that is being said, that same highway of information given to them to make money, if you do not like something, you can then use that same information to put them on blast. So now, if you take that formula, we have universities say if we don't pay them, they're going to post and talk shit about us, and we ain't going to get no recruits for the college. That is why we had to start paying them, because of social media and a whole evolution of, I divorced my parents, I make more money than my parents, I'm going to come on this campus and make more money. They can make more money streaming on how bad of a university you are and get YouTube to cut them a check. And now you don't get no scholarships because now the trend is FUSC or F Mississippi State.
Well, when you can make thousands playing video games.
Well, I'm just saying that
videos.
What I was saying that the universities was losing grip.
Yeah.
You're losing. We had to pay them because they're going to make money on us not paying them, and they're going to make a shit ton of it. Yeah. You know, because there's that many avenues of doing it. Hell, we're on an avenue now. Podcast.
And social media is making these universities get exposed to how fucking
bad or good they are.
Yeah, which is a lot of them's bad. Well, a lot of them's bad. You know what? It's all about money with these universities and politics. And
that's very true.
When athletes started coming out in social media comments and rants, and these university sports programs, man, are getting millions of dollars because of these star athletes.
Stuff that I never knew.
A dime back in the day.
Stuff that I never knew. I never knew. One thing social media did, it brought awareness to stuff that I did. I mean, you might have thought, but I never knew Nick Saban was making $19 million dollars.
Bro.
Damn.
I mean, come on, man. When you play, what was the game?
I mean, it might not be 19, but it's a nice check that he's getting. Like, seriously, but yeah.
Back in the day, PlayStation would have the NCAA game, right? The football game. Mm-hmm. You knew who Reggie Bush was on USC. You knew that was him, but didn't say his name. Well, you knew it was him.
Yeah.
Looked just like him.
Yep.
All right. Think he got anything off of that?
Nope.
Of course, I would go on the side and try and make some deals and make me some money.
But here's the thing. You're risking your body.
Yeah.
So the one thing I didn't understand about the guy at the bar, he was just like, this isn't fair. I said, listen, man, that one slip, one move, and everything, it's over. And all you got is a piece of paper saying you major in entertainment.
What you do when you get out of college?
But I sold out 16 games. Like I'm from the Penn State area. Those whiteout games are serious, man.
Oh man, you from
State College? Well, I'm not from State College.
Sanduskyville.
You see. Yeah. Now, that would have been blown up, we didn't have social media.
Nah, probably that shit would have been swept under the carpet, man.
How much stuff has got swept under the carpet?
So I had this conversation with somebody the other day, man. Because in the 80s, early 90s, social media really wasn't a big thing. Look at all the professional athletes that escaped social media that we think are like God's greatest gift to the planet.
Yeah.
Do you think Michael Jordan would be Michael Jordan?
Nope.
If social media was in the 80s and the early 90s?
Yeah, they ringing him a new one now just on the what they do have. They did a documentary.
Yeah.
And you seen him pitching quarters for $200 with the fucking security guy. He's a gambler. He's a compulsive gambler.
Yeah.
That's what he is. He is a GOAT, but he is a gambler.
He is a gambler. Just imagine if people had cell phones with cameras and they're following him around casinos and shit.
Oh, man. Can you imagine? Ooh, Can you imagine? Wow.
I just hope he didn't go to any P. Diddy parties. That shit's about to expose everything.
I don't even know where to begin with that. That's a whole, to say that Cat Williams really broke the iceberg with that interview.
He was on Shannon Sharp.
Yeah, and
he went off, man. He broke it all. I watched the whole thing. I was like,
I watched it twice. And just to make sure he said this was going to happen. He called out like 2 or 3 of them. He did.
I believe everything Cat Williams said, man. He was on point with just about everything. He was just dropping manhole covers. He wasn't dropping dimes. He was
I'm an energy person, right?
Yeah.
I tell people, when you're telling the truth, it's effortlessly. It's effortlessly. It's like, man, I know that happens. Like the people lean forward when they telling it, because they know it happened. They have little too much of bit of it details.
Yeah.
That's just me, energy. Right?
When a person's got details like that,
that
shit's there, bro.
Or either when they say something and they bite their tongue. That's how you know it's the truth. He's like, yeah, because you see that right there.
Yeah.
That's the truth.
He was spitting it. He didn't even have to think about it.
That's what I mean.
Was, you can tell the person's lying.
Tell them the right. So when you lying, there's just
Yeah.
it ain't a lot of seconds you get. There's just the and then you can totally winging it, and then there's the discrepancies. Cat Williams that story is solid. That's a solid. Now I know he's an actor, but that's solid story.
Remember
right
when
there.
the video came out? P. Diddy beating his girlfriend in the elevator
man,
or whatnot.
that's terrible.
Did you see his apology on Instagram?
I couldn't. That was just fake.
You could just look at him and tell every word he said was disingenuous, and it was all full of shit. You can tell a piece of shit. You can. I can just look at a person and say, yeah, that's not a good person right there.
See, you always watch, and I know when you get into, this whole type of entertainment, I tell people, I think I heard a guy say it the best. I don't know that guy personally.
Yeah.
Okay. I think it might have been Cat Williams. I don't know what he do personally, but I was a fan of his music. But it's hard to continue to be a fan of his music knowing what he does personally. And I tell everybody, I'm not praising one guy or dissing another guy, but I say a lot of people would not have heroes if you actually knew what everybody did in their personal time.
That's the damn truth.
And that's I think it had to be Cat Williams or somebody said that. No matter what, the guy R. Kelly made some good music.
I believe
great producer. Yeah. And no matter if people don't want to admit it, a lot of babies were born off that damn man's music. A lot of y'all are responsible because of being here on planet because of R. Kelly. Now what the hell? I can't agree with he doing this off time. I don't agree with it. I don't agree with a lot of people doing their off time, but I'm not gonna, like some people say, just discredit that man body of work because I know I'm here. Because of R. Kelly, you know what I mean?
I loved I Believe I Can Fly.
Right.
I remember that shit, Space Jam.
Space Jam,
on, man.
I
love that song. That was on repeat on one of my playlists back in the day.
So and same way, and I tell people same way. Michael Jackson. I mean,
we don't know about what happened with Michael Jackson. I mean, we know that Netflix documentary didn't make him look good at all.
At all. And I tell people, there's a lot of people out there I would love to see a documentary about, but we're never going to see it. Like, do you think AC/DC was the best? Can you imagine what's going on, a backstage concert of an AC/DC concert?
God. Well, I mean, they're pretty much open about it back in the early 80s and late 70s.
I'm just like, okay, so I look
Drugs,
at everything, right?
Fucking sniffing coke off women's asses.
Yeah, I heard that one down the line, right? But like, okay, hearing a story and then having video footage is something totally different.
Yeah.
Because everybody's telling you a story through their drug-infused way of seeing it, right? Yeah. But
But I had a girl tell me that I don't know how she knew all this shit. I take it all as tinfoil hat stuff. But we're telling me that there's tunnels under Los Angeles that lead to celebrities' homes and shit. Like there was tunnels going to Michael Jackson's home that connected to fucking Tom Hanks or P. Diddy or some shit. Like there's supposedly this whole underworld that us commoners don't know about.
It's Hollywood.
These
it's
elites,
definitely Hollywood.
Yeah, it's Hollywood, man. It really is. And I believe I would really like to see Jay-Z. Did Jay-Z come out and publicly deny those charges, or did he do it through his attorney?
He hasn't spoken, so he was smart. I don't feel like he's going to do nothing stupid.
Because he'll probably look guilty, and I believe he did it. He allegedly sexually assaulted a 13-year-old in, what was it, 2003 or?
Yeah, it was 2000.
2000?
Yep.
So that was 24 years ago.
Yes, it is.
13. The music industry is full of dirtbags. We know this. It's coming out. P. Diddy was at the top. And he probably had something to do.
I'm going to say he wasn't alone up there, boss, but okay. All right. Yeah.
We're naive if we think he was the only one doing this shit. He had a boss.
Yeah.
And it's supposedly the tinfoil hat shit, it's record industry CEOs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Paid P. Diddy to have these parties and to supply drugs. They paid for the drugs to get these artists drugged, get video on them doing things they weren't supposed to be doing, and use them as blackmail to keep them under that label. Now, I don't know. That's tinfoil hat shit. I don't know. I wasn't there. You weren't there. We don't know. This is all shit we've heard. But I believe it. Because all this conspiracy shit, that we've heard, most of that shit's coming out to be true now. Whether it's political, whether it's in the music industry.
Yeah. Where there's smoke, there's fire.
There's definitely fire, man.
I tell people, there's a couple things I say. I think everybody need to leave the United States for one. That's a conversation for another day. If you ain't left the United States, do it so you can broaden your mind. Yeah. But fame and money is more powerful than anything. And I think there's a saying on the internet that say, I didn't come this far just to get this far. Mm-hmm. So it's sad, but if you don't have self-confidence, and I'm going to say it's something else that can give you confidence to say, I can walk away from that. Yeah. And I think that's where a lot of people just say, I'm never going to get this opportunity again. Yeah. And it's sad that they can make something so tempting, right?
Man.
And I mean, and that's pretty much what it is. Yeah. We're going to give you the record deal. I mean, come on, there's just too many cases after cases. We're going to give you the record deal. We're going to do that, but you're going to have to do a little something. And if one person do it, and then 3 people do it, and then now you hear 8 people do it, and then it becomes the norm. It's sad that you could take somebody who don't pretty much have nothing. They never seen $1 million in their life. It's sad to say you can ask 10 people on the street, depending on what part of the country you're in, none of them have seen more than $10,000 life cash. Nobody. No, these are statistic numbers. So when I tell people, you can't get shocked if somebody did something. Yeah. I'm surprised. You know what I mean? But like, yeah, you get $300,000 and put that check in front of somebody, pretty much too much that guy won't do. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's just sad. It's just sad. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's sad. And they're going to do that.
This person that told me about the underground tunnels and all this also told me this. Have you seen LeBron James play lately? Play ball.
I've seen him, yeah.
No, lately. When's the last time he played a game?
Yesterday, day before yesterday.
Did he really?
Well, no, it's the Emirates Cup. They got the playoffs going. So I don't know if the Lakers, they might have got eliminated. So it might have been a week or two ago.
Well, it's like LeBron hasn't played in a while. And there's rumors. I was told this is a fact. But this person works at Live Nation, all right? And she's in the know. She knows a lot of shit. I don't think she's lying. But she said LeBron James actually retired on Saturday. And it hasn't gotten out yet. Because Live Nation, they're in touch because they sell the tickets at the Forum. Mm-hmm. And ticket sales are like starting to plummet. And she said LeBron actually officially retired on Saturday. Now, this could be full of shit, tinfoil hat stuff.
So he didn't make so he's going to retire before the season's over?
Before the season's over. And it's because of the Diddy shit. Yeah, so.
Oh, shit. You think LeBron's name's going to come up?
I don't know, man. There's like. Allegedly, there's a lot of people.
All right, so I love hearing stuff like this because I feel like I'm the guy. We can literally break this down. Okay, the guy is in contractual agreement.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's in pictures with Diddy and Jay-Z. Now, the pictures are pictures.
You know,
it is. I could take a picture with fucking Diddy. That don't mean I went to an after party and did shit.
I really hope it don't. I mean, Mike, you my guy. That's going to be a hard sell. I'm like, Mike, so listen, the way his hand was around, if you could just look the way his hand was around you, Mike, you didn't get not one invite. I mean, he's smiling so hard with you there, like he knows you.
Yeah, man, it's like we're personal buddies. He tried to fucking drug me and shit. But you saw the video where Mike Tyson was sitting beside Diddy. Was that Ellen DeGeneres? Or something, and he touched Mike's leg. Mike was like, "Get the fuck away from me, bro!" He looked at him like he was crazy.
I wish I could have seen that. I'm gonna go look at that. Yo,
you haven't seen that video?
He said, "Get the hell away!"
Oh, you gonna watch it right now?
He said, "Get the hell."
Let me see if I can find this shit.
It's so many videos of Diddy kissing guys.
Oh man!
And then I know you might not know that. I mean, I'm pretty sure you do. You know Mace, the rapper.
Oh yeah.
Right? Yeah, he was basically saying that's why he only did one album.
There it is, right here. Don't touch me, bro. Well, let me get this shit.
Yo, and look how far. Not for nothing. I'm not. Listen, I don't know the guy, and I don't think he can ever confess my career. But I always thought Puffy. You know what?
It truly is about the Benjamin. We see. Oh yeah,
like dang, over there. He like sat up too. It was like, man, and look at his face. He's shocked.
You see?
I was embarrassed for like weeks.
I mean, it's just.
Oh, it truly is about the Benton, man. We see. Oh yeah,
Yeah, but see, but what's crazy is that like, there's so many interviews with this guy. Hey, look, man, I don't care. Everybody's to each his own, right?
Yeah.
And the thing about it, there's the videos with him saying he just wants to be loved by everybody. What I think, and I'm being for real, it isn't the fact that you're trisexual about it. You can be freaky deaky all you want. It ain't the 1,000 bottles of baby oil that was concerning to me. It's okay. I mean, because I don't know if I had $1 million and I got a good deal on $1,000. I mean, I get them down to 10 cents. I got a couple of homes.
So where are you going to buy $1,000 worth of baby oil in one shot? Or you think he's just collecting?
Like
Costco, BJ's,
listen,
what?
It was a guy at my job. He says, Diddy's going to jail for being the freakiest guy in the world. No.
He sucks dick and eats pussy.
It's the things that went along with it. Like, are you really drugging people? Like, that's just like, bro, why would you have to drug somebody if you are a billionaire? I just, like, to me, I don't.
It's control.
Yeah, you just running out of shit. But I just told you what people to do for $10,000. Yeah. I mean, you're Puff Daddy. Yeah. I'm pretty sure you shouldn't have to drug a chick
to sleep with her.
Probably
sleep with anybody you want just because you're a fucking millionaire and who you are.
You understand what I mean? I mean, I know dudes who own a couple of businesses around here that can knock down anything in a bar, and they're nobodies. You know what I mean? So
it's all about that blackmail. I think it's all about having.
I mean, I'm not saying it did or it didn't happen. I'm not saying, but I'm just saying, me personally. I mean, I don't know. They can get a little freaky. Obviously, there was some. You got a big bed in your yard. I mean, you're waking. You have slipped up multiple times saying you don't woke up with dudes in the bed. I know
cameras everywhere.
Everywhere. Why is that? You heard the audio of you and some guy that sound like Meek Mills and cheek slapping like. I don't understand with all that power and fame why you have to do that. If that's what you're doing, why do you have to do that? Why do you have Usher taking down his whole social media?
It's coming down, man.
And now you're telling me that LeBron, King James,
allegedly,
that's how we got on. If he's contractual agreement, doesn't he have to play at least to the end of the season before he can retire?
It doesn't make sense to me. I think you can retire even if you're contractually under an agreement. I think you can just retire. Like if you I'm hurt, I can't fucking play anymore.
That's that.
So,
but see, now you got me thinking. I haven't seen LeBron play in a while.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Thinking, I watch ESPN.
And his son got sent to the G League.
Well, if that was the case, he did what he said he wanted to do. He played on the court with his son. I think they did 3 games. They let him come back to Cleveland. Yeah, and they let him play. So he has done that. His son is just not
good, man.
Yeah, it's just not. He's not.
Not good.
I mean, you don't want to say it, but Michael Jordan's sons are trash. This happens.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Marcus can't shoot a shot. I mean, he can shoot, but he's not good.
But he should never been in the NBA.
In the NBA,
he's not even good enough for the G League.
No, he took somebody's spot that was probably that could have really been. But again, Dad, LeBron. So. What I'm getting right, if he retires, right? Because let's just say his name comes up on a silver suit or whatever, right? He's retiring, so he's out of the limelight. Like, you don't want to keep playing because you want to draw attention to the games. Because Jay-Z, nobody's seen Jay-Z for like a year. Like, I don't know if he's around like that, but when this started coming out, Jay-Z kind of went into the smoking.
Allegedly, Beyonce is worse than Jay-Z.
Oh, yeah.
So
did you hear about the girl that was allegedly there when the two was there? You heard who it was? Supposed to be J-Lo. Was there.
No, she was fucking married to fucking
Diddy when it was.
Yeah. So
it's left kicking and screaming too, I heard.
I wonder what she fucking had seen. God, I'm telling you, man.
It's a dark world. It's a dark world.
Put on that fucking tinfoil hat. I need some tinfoil hat music every time I want to put it on. But I'm telling you, some A-listers names that are going to drop when this trial starts in early 2025. I can't wait. I'm gonna have my popcorn. I'm gonna be ready.
And I think that at first I was kind of thinking that, man, there's no way this is gonna come out right.
We're talking politicians.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. See,
musicians.
See, what I'm saying is that I'm thinking that these people are too powerful. Like they control too much stuff for it not to, it's not going to come out.
Yeah.
But what happened is you have that same pool of people that I say that we're going to have to live to, that generation of divorced parents. I got money. There's more kids with more money than there ever have. They can make decisions. You seen the Bitcoin people influence the election. They throwing hundreds of millions of dollars around. Mm-hmm. These same people are influencing judges and stuff. So all I'm saying is that you got more people that want to see this. And sad to say, we like to watch disasters.
Well, I want to watch the disaster. I like it, but I also want to see these motherfuckers sitting on their high and mighty.
Right, that's what I mean. Like, it's like
get what they deserve.
That's how I know it's going to come out. So many people want it that there's some judges out there that they're going to say no, because there's going to be a lot of paying off, and I imagine that it's been paying off up until this point, so there ain't nothing happened. Yep. But if you could have heard that lawyer, the one lawyer that's representing about 50 ladies. He got on the mic. He says, "I don't care. I'm being threatened."
I heard him.
Yeah, he was like,
I saw that clip.
Yeah, he was like,
he was like, some names are going to come
out. He says, "Not at this one." He says, "I don't care. You can threaten me." I said, "Man, this guy's a genius. He's going to be like the best lawyer. He's got more people running to him. You're in trouble if they have a 1-800 number up on your ass." Yeah, that's all. He says, "Call the 1-800 number." That press conference on court. Look. Listen, I'm not trying to take over anything. There's a couple things. I'm like people say, "What are you, Trump guy, whatever guy?" I'm for an America guy.
Yeah.
All right. That's two things happen. All right. I don't agree with everything, and I definitely disagree with a lot of things. But the man made my 401k grow. Okay.
Oh man. Yeah.
Listen, Trump. He's listen, man. Okay. I'm pro America. Since I'm born here, we already enslaved our way. I'm pro-America, and that guy is pro-America. Two things that I'd say happened when Donald Trump hit the office for me. I can't speak for everybody, and I'm damn sure not speaking for my culture. I didn't know half the shit a president could do, couldn't do, or what money was being spent until that man hit the office.
No.
I paid more attention to CNN. I knew more shit about the presidency than I ever, and I hate to say it because he was doing such crazy shit. So he made me pay attention to the presidency. Then he made me pay attention to where the hell the money was going and what we're doing. I didn't even know there was a swamp to drain.
Yeah. Well, Dave Chappelle's got a bit on this.
I'm telling you.
He got up there and said, "You know how I know," and I'm paraphrasing his bit. He was like, "You know how I know Donald Trump was a pimp?" When he got up there and said, "I know the system's rigged.
I use it. That's what
I mean, come on, how gangster is that, man?
That's gangster, man.
I mean, you just said I use the system.
I know it's
Why
rigged.
wouldn't I take advantage of the tax system? I would be crazy not to if I had. Yeah, I mean, come on. He exposed
what I mean?
it.
So what I'm saying is that never heard a president say it before.
Yeah.
Probably will never hear one say it again. And because of what he did, the presidency would never be the same again. I mean, I'm just telling you, like, I grew up, I'm not going to lie, I voted, never voted. It was so much confusion, and it was boring. Yeah. I'm just keep it real. It was boring. Okay?
Not anymore.
No. I mean, I know Reagan. I mean, I'm only 43, so we got both the Bushes I seen, the Clinton, both the Obamas, right? And each president has his legacy, right? Mm-hmm. All right. Obama was Obamacare and stimulus checks. I'm just telling you.
What was Biden?
Bidenomics? I don't.
I couldn't tell you.
I don't know. I don't.
Shit,
I don't
bro.
like. You know how Reagan was the war against dare. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's different stuff. You know, there's a lot. I'm really paraphrasing, but you know, when Donald Trump came in, I can almost tell you everything that damn man did. You know,
there was no wars. It was peace. The economy was up. Interest rates were down. Gas was down.
He fired 172 people the first 50 days in office. He said we're draining the swamp. He says we're getting out of the Paris Accord. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. And just about everything we just named as a positive for Trump, it was a negative for Biden. Every one of them. Everyone. So everybody I know that has Trump derangement syndrome. I wasn't a Trumper, man. And I'm a registered independent. But I wish I'd have registered Republican, to be honest with you. But what changed me was the assassination attempt. I was like, this motherfucker just got up with blood coming down his head and said, fight, fight. Even Mark Zuckerberg was like, that's gangster. That's pimp. And he's changed, bro. And like all these people that were diehard liberals are starting to come to the middle or come to the right. Because everybody sees the light, man. They see what's coming. And I tell all these people with Trump derangement syndrome, you got to get that grabber in the pussy shit out of your head. Because that's the only reason why you don't like Donald Trump.
I'm telling you, they stick by that.
And I will say this. Trump says some wild shit. Joe Rogan called him out on it when he was on his podcast. And Joe Rogan says, you say some wild shit. You know, and he does. He's not the most articulate guy, and he likes to repeat himself at his rallies and his press conferences.
I'm going to tell you something what Trump is. I'm going to tell you a lot of people don't want to. That's a damn American guy. That's a guy's guy. Yeah. He's an American guy.
Yeah, he really is, man.
He is an American guy.
If you tell me he don't love this country and he's only doing it for his fame and money, you full of shit, bro. He's a fucking billionaire. He's already been famous. He was famous before he was president.
That's what I'm saying. He's an American guy. That's what he is. He's for America. He's made all this money here. Yeah,
well, you know what? Half the country knows this. Over half the country knows this. What we're talking about, over half the country knows it because he won the popular vote along with the Electoral College.
He's an American
and the other people that voted for fucking Harris and whoever else, their brains are broke, man. Because if you, I just put it to Whoopi Goldberg and Joe Bearhart and what's the other crazy bitch on The View?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about.
She's the most racist person I've ever seen in my life.
Wow, they do. They say,
and she's like half white.
Yeah,
I'm like,
they be undertoning shit. Yeah,
man.
I'd be like, man, did you guys hear that?
How can you openly be so racist and be on public TV, man? I'm like, come on.
They get away with a lot of stuff on there. They're very controversial.
Well, what's her name, man?
I know who you're talking about. See,
it came out that her parents came over on the fucking. Was it the Pilgrims or some shit? Or it's her great grandparents or something? I don't know. It was something. She's got relatives that own slaves.
See that?
That's the bottom line.
See that?
And she's half black, half white, and her parents own her family owned slaves back in the day. They did like this background check on her, I guess. You know, one of those
23andMe.
Yeah. And she's like, "Oh,
23andMe.
Deer in the headlights."
It's 23andMe. That's what that was.
Yeah, I never met a president that was more pro-America than Donald Trump.
And that's what I'm saying. Like you, again, I could only speak what I see before in front of my eyes.
Yeah, we don't know him. We've never been to Mar-a-Lago.
I've never been to Mar-a-Lago.
We never had dinner with him. We don't know him.
And for the most part, you only know him from what people tell you. Or they do a report or they do something. Like if you sit down and actually had a conversation with the man, that's not an interview. Like, I tell people all the time, you don't know that guy. I must correct people 10 times a day. Oh, man, I don't like that guy. I said, well, what did he eat for breakfast this morning? Well, why does that guy do anything? I said, because you only know what they tell you. And if he's bad today, he's going to be bad in your mind. Yeah. You know, what's that saying? You're a villain in somebody. You're a villain in somebody's story. Yeah, you're always a villain in somebody's story.
You might be a hero. No, I'm not a hero anyways. Maybe my daughters. I don't know. But anyway, yeah. You know, another thing I tell these people with Trump derangement syndrome, I'm like, look, I don't know Trump, but I know the people that vouch for. I mean, I know, not personally, but I know of the people that vouch for Trump. They're all prominent. I respect them. Look at Tulsi Gabbard, fucking Elon Musk, you know, Joe Rogan, fucking Robert Kennedy, Sylvester Stallone. Yeah, there's tons of people out there that I respect, and I don't think it's crazy, and I think they have common sense, or what's the reasonable people? Yeah, you know, if they like Trump, especially Tulsi Gabbard, I love Tulsi Gabbard. I like her. Yeah, if she can vouch for Trump, then come on, man. You know,
I asked a person. I said, "What do you think the worst that can happen when Trump's in office?" I'm just saying,
like what happened his first 4 years.
Right.
Were there enslavement camps?
Yeah, I mean,
did women lose their rights?
What I mean. I said because the way that they're kind of shaping them up to be, and I don't watch a lot of news. I wake up every morning. I'll tell you what I do every morning. I listen to 4 news stations: Apple News, CNN, Fox. I try to get a diver because all 4, I have 4 stories. Yeah. I said, they making it seem like when this guy get in the office, the damn slavery is about to be imposed again.
Yeah.
Like Civil War, the guns out, like, and this is what I tell people. That is what I call
insane shit.
Insane, and I call it the nuclear bomb, meaning that they're real hesitant to do it because he's got to live here too. All right, you know what I'm saying? No matter how you guys look at it, rich people stay rich because lower class people take care of them.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the way. You understand the way the world works. So I said, he's not gonna fuck up his luxury. Maids, houses.
These people, their brains are broken.
That's what I said. I said, bro, we live on this rock too.
Yeah.
Okay, so nothing's gonna come good of him fucking it up for minorities when minorities is what's making you money. I mean, I'm being for real, bro. Like, rich people, upper 1%, do not work. They don't. They live off their money. They control a lot of shit. But we as middle class people, we're working, and we are the ones that are supplying them. So if they fuck up their that's kind of like, hey, I'm a billionaire because everybody buys off Amazon. So Trump, I don't need you to go jack up prices to where people ain't buying shit no more because I ain't gonna be a billionaire no more.
Yeah.
You understand what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna fuck it up so bad.
That's why he's hated by the rich people. That's why he's hated by all the Hollywood elites.
You understand what I'm saying? So I said, if you really just sit back and look at it, bro, that's just like in the same sense. I'm not going to send a nuclear bomb on that side of the planet when 60% of our shit comes from the United States, or vice versa. Yeah. We'll do it. But hold on, bro. We still live here too. And last time I checked, that says made in China. You know what I'm saying? Right. So, I mean, you understand what I mean? Like, we still live off each other, bro. Mm-hmm. It might have been the Cold War. Yeah, we're going to do it, this and that. I honestly think, let some radical guy get a hold of a nuclear weapon. I said, bro, we all live here. And just like the Citgo commercial, a butterfly flapping his wings in China controlled the price of milk in Minnesota. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So they're not going to fuck it up so much for us, bro. Like, we're as a minority, not just black people, we're talking Spanish and immigrants, whatever. We are a force in America. We have a dollar, it ain't just, so white and black. And then again, leave the United States. And then I'm not saying race, but the racism that we see only really is in the United States. Mm-hmm. I was fortunate enough that I was able to leave the country at 13, see Spain, Madrid, London. And the first thing I seen when I was 13, they didn't see me as black. And I think I really think everybody in the United States, leave the country so you can see what we live in. Yeah. I look at you, I could say you're a white man, Michael Burr. I'm a black guy. Mm-hmm. Me and you get on a plane and we go to Spain, or we go to Budapest or wherever. They're going to look at us and they're going to say one word as soon as we open our mouth. You're an American. That's what you are. Oh, yeah. And that is what I mean. I was like, to me, it's racism itself is stupid. But I'm like, bro, when you leave this continent, we can all be 8 different colors on that bus. Yeah. They don't care.
What pisses me off is this with the racism thing. I know a lot of black people, a lot of white people, a lot of Hispanic people, and everybody. I don't know not one person in my circle that hates a person because of their ethnicity,
right?
Because of their background.
Dying breed, they are. I called up.
It really is, man. If you
I've
go
been
out
saying that
east,
for years.
okay, if you go out east, you'll hear the N-bomb. They drop it. You go far out east in eastern North Carolina, there's some people out there still kind of racist.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, that's everywhere. There's those little pockets everywhere, but they're dying out, man, because we got race-baiting media, race-baiting politicians trying to play us against each other, man.
Right.
Like this whole Daniel Penny thing, and that whole incident that happened in the subway.
Oh, with the choking.
With the choking.
Right, I seen that.
There ain't
got
no way that was a race issue. I don't believe it was a race issue.
It's a safety issue, maybe.
It was definitely a safety issue. You could just tell by the guy's character, Penny's character. He was a good guy, Marine. Not one person spoke bad about him. People on the subway, former Marines that he served with, former COs, they all came out and said this guy was stellar. Fucking other guy, what was his name? 40 arrests, kidnapping. Dude had a damn
rap sheet
longer than my arm.
Yeah.
Charges.
Yeah.
But it's a race thing. Guy came out. I don't know who it was. So one of his family members came out saying, they're going to choke us for being loud. Bruh, come out and tell the people what he was saying up there.
Yeah.
Don't come up there and just say he was being loud. No, he was threatening to kill people.
Yes. You see?
You don't know if he's going to kill somebody or he's just full of shit.
That's the part, right? To get you fighting against each other or to get somebody thinking. And I hate that. That just burns me up, man.
Race baiting shit, dude. And the thing is, it works. It
Yeah.
turns a lot of people. If you're not strong-minded and you're not a reasonable person, there's a lot of weak-minded people in this country, man.
And I tell people that.
And it turns people.
I tell people all the time. I was like, you got, I love this, like, I really wish I could get that whole way it unfolded, because I guarantee you that is not how it's being paid. And sure enough, choke us for being loud, and that's not even it, man. You can be up there literally screaming, I have a bomb. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got a bomb. Okay, just blow us up before I take some action.
Yeah.
What I liked what Penny said was, he said, you know what? And I'm paraphrasing again. He basically said in an interview with Janine Pirro that he would do it again 1,000,000 times over for the safety of those people.
That's what I'm saying.
He said that he would do it over all the name calling and the trashing he's getting on social media and the reputation. He would do it all 1,000,000 times over for the safety of those people. So that's
right there. That's like, what do you? I don't know. And then they saying he trying to get the guy from Merton, and you got that going on, and you can't help but think, you got the floor thing in the background with the foot on the neck, and no matter, you don't want to put it in there, but it's in the sandbox of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And people are really trying to, and I hate it. I really do hate that about me. I think everything is situational. Everything, I'm a very optimistic guy. I try to give everybody the benefit of the doubt, and I guess that's hurt me more than it helped me. But I don't know. I'm kind of with you. I know it's a dying breed. Mm-hmm. All my kids are biracial.
Yeah. Okay,
so once you have a biracial kid, you can't unbirace them. So whoever they're going to have a kid with.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would say if you had to put a number on it, 4, maybe 5 generations, it'd be something where they'd be like, wow, you're really racist. I mean, you know what I mean? Because I tell people a lot, and I stick by this. I can accept an asshole because he's an asshole. Mm-hmm. I can accept a prejudiced person because I don't like you for certain. But the racism, you really lose me with that. You really I don't know if you have a intellect problem or something, but why don't you hate me for having 2 eyes? For you to hate somebody over something they had no control over.
Yeah. Why do we have to have these months for cater to people in their sexual preferences, their ethnicities? Why can't we all just celebrate being an American and just like, why do we have to have African History Month, African American History Month? Why do we have to have LGBTQ month? How come we just?
I think it is
learn African American history in school. So let it be a thing.
It's like, and this is just my honest opinion, it's to where, okay, this was done wrong, and we want to correct it.
Yeah.
And the tools that they used to correct it, I don't think it was thought out. It was throwing stuff at the wall and see what it stick. Mm-hmm. And it appeased people, and people, but now when you sit back and look at it, maybe we can reshape it, because I think now it's you can teach it. Right, but then get to like where you're at, then you kind of standing out. So once you do that, well then who else? No, we're not. Because like what I'm saying is that if you understand what I mean, like if we say, hey, okay, we're going to do this. Let's just say, not say Black History. We're going to make a Jew month, right? Mm-hmm. All month. Then anybody else who's not a Jew, well then what about me? Yeah. You see what I mean? So that's where I think that's the boat that gets into. Then you got the LBGT. Well, why can't we have a whole month for straight people? I mean, you see what I mean? Like, and then they'll argue, well, we live in a straight world all the time. You know what I mean? So you got to be careful when you start, hey, we're going to just only pay attention to you and give you the credit, right? I think it can be rolled out better.
Yeah.
Make it a part of a curriculum. Make everybody say we're all equal. It doesn't matter what sex, race you are. Jewish people contributed this way. Through the island of New York, we had a lot of immigrants come in through that way. You know, teach the whole thing. It's you know, some of it's bad. A lot of it's bad, particularly to one culture or another. You know, but teach it all.
It's all American history. It's like statues when they went through this shit where they're tossing all the rebel statues. Like generally, they just destroyed it. It's part of American history. Yeah, they were on the wrong side of the war. They were fighting for to keep slavery, but it's a part of history.
Yeah,
it's part of American history.
Yeah,
you know, no matter how you feel about it.
Now, I feel like a lot of people go back what the guy stood for and what he did. Remember, we were saying like he's a general. Now, did he do some shit that we're not proud of? Well, yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it is a part of history because that had to happen, so this can happen, so that can happen, so that can happen. So you can't, in turn, pick and choose what part of history you want to tell for your disliking so it could appease you. I don't like the fact that I heard that this guy had slaves and was probably doing everything and that, you know, you ain't supposed to be doing and stuff that we would find very distasteful today, but it happened.
It happened. And by throwing a statue off its pedestal, you can't get rid of it. It's still
the history's still there. And my thing is, so you got to, again, play that fine line. Because we've seen it done in Egyptian time and stuff, you're going to have to be careful. Just because you don't like it doesn't mean it didn't happen. So now, let's say you knock the statue down, we start forgetting about it, and start acting like it didn't happen, then we start making up a lie around that. I'm not, you know what I mean? And then that's how history gets all boom, 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 because we wanted to wipe it away. And it goes the same way, you know what I mean? Because back to how they said, only winners write history. You know what I mean? Losers don't write it. So, you know, it's like that. But I agree with you. I think tell it all, the good and the bad. And every month make it, you know, hey, we're going to learn. I feel bad. Okay, we get a month for Black History. You know what they say? Why is it the shortest month? You know, and then you can say, why is it a cold month? You know what I'm saying? Like,
why we get February?
February, the shortest, coldest.
Valentine's Day is in February.
So you know what I'm saying? So it's like, but you know, and reality, you know, all year long, you know, African Americans was doing stuff, Irish people was doing stuff, you know, all year long.
I just think white, black, brown, yellow. If we all are Americans, we all should just come together, and we don't need holidays for different ethnicity. We need American holidays for us.
For us.
You know, it's everybody have a holiday together.
It's coming to that. I think it is. And what I was referring to earlier, those social media sites, they're helping that. I mean, you got people talking to other people making money off TikTok shops. All that right there is going to bind gaps to where you can't see color.
Well, you also got keyboard warriors out there.
I call keyboard thugs. I like the keyboard
you got
thugs.
Keyboard warriors out there that call you every name behind the book.
Yeah.
Because they know they ain't going to get punched in the face.
Right, and sitting in the basement of their mom's house, or better yet, their girlfriend's
pizza,
house.
slobbering all down their face, jerking off every 5 minutes. I mean, come on, man.
Yo, I want to hear this because I know we got to wrap it up. So, but did you hear about this? It blows my mind. I always wondered this. When we want to find somebody in America, we'll find them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I'm dead. Like if
found that motherfucker at McDonald's.
Listen. Blows my mind that we have missing people. Like, call me crazy. All right. We found that guy in a week.
Yeah. Yeah, because he was eating hash browns. He was hanging out in McDonald's.
A week.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have the resources. We use face recognition. We put his face up on every fucking media. Found that guy in a week, man. I don't, like I say, you know, it just blows my mind. There shouldn't be no more milk cartons. Like whatever, like feel me, like whatever technology that we're using to find this guy. Somebody, I feel like this is an untapped. Make a database and let's find some lost kids. You know what I mean?
There's 500,000 lost kids from the border. They're all the P. Diddy's.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They all at P. Diddy's in the basement, one of his secret basements.
There shouldn't be no lost anything, and that's just how I feel. I mean, because we if we really want to come find you, we'll find you. Put up, and they ain't even put up that much money. I thought it was going to get up to like 250,000. You know what I mean? I went there. You think that Matt Don lady got the 50 grand?
It was an employee that scoped him out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She called. See, that would be me.
He wanted to get caught. He wanted to get caught. He had all that shit in his backpack. He still had the gun on him.
You know what the lawyer said? They don't know that. They don't know. The lawyer said ain't no evidence. Well, I don't know. I gotta watch it. I gotta watch it. I haven't seen the latest update.
They had like a manifesto, right? That he was like talking shit about healthcare. Oh, that's a hell of a coincidence.
No, listen, again, good lawyer. Hey, you just called a healthcare hating motherfucker. That's all you got. I'm telling you.
I would hate to be a defense lawyer, man, because they are the fucking worst. Like, everybody hates you. To be a defense lawyer, you got to have a certain mentality. You got to go into that knowing, okay, I know this motherfucker did it. He's on video shooting the guy like 3 times. I know it's him, but I got to make this dude look innocent. How do you do that? Or I got to at least fight his extradition.
Well, yeah, he's still in PA.
Yeah.
He's still in PA. They won't
How?
let him. Yeah.
How is he still in PA? I don't understand it.
The lawyer, they won't let him be extradited. They're fighting it.
They do know Pennsylvania is just like right below New York.
Yeah.
This ain't like coming from fucking Spain or England.
Listen.
Or a non-extraditable country.
Mark my words, right? I think something's going to happen in transition. Something's going to happen.
Somebody going to spring him or somebody going to take him?
No, I mean like something bad. It's gonna happen. Bad. I don't know. Call me crazy, but you're only 2 hours away from that. You sitting over here. Yeah. He's fighting extradition. How is he fighting?
I don't know, man. The world we live in, this Luigi guy's a hero to some, and Daniel Penny is a villain to some. So I don't understand. This fucking world.
Be careful,
man.
All the way around, Mike, bro. Like before I got here, I made a joke about going into Wonder Moose. The bar, right? People outside at the.
I don't get it, man. I tell you what, this was fun, man. I appreciate you coming and doing this, man.
You're the man. I appreciate it.
We got to do it again.
Please. Look, man, I really do appreciate it.
I got more shit we could talk about. But
I'll
save it for another podcast, man.
Yeah, I got to clip it up. We can talk all day, though. Yeah. Like I said, I got to tell everybody I like to end the podcast and saying only you can prevent forest fires. It is.
Except for if you live in Los Angeles. That shit's burning. It's burning. I don't think it's ever going to stop. All right, folks. I'm Mike.
That's Don.
We'll see you guys later.
See you guys later.